Welcome to Workters Winshop. Today, we'll be doing the first part of our series called Void Vessels. In Void Vessels, we'll be crafting containers for abstract, invisible concepts. I find void vessels particularly useful for taking all my ambiguous feelings and containing them somewhere safe where I can observe them or hide them or drink them, or in today's case, sleep on them. Today's project is a dream satchel. So the satchel is what we'll be making, and the dreams are hopefully coming out of my brain or happening inside of my brain at night. I recently came to the realization that I have had only nightmares for maybe like a year, like no good dreams, only bad dreams. And I wake up in the morning grateful not to be dreaming anymore, but unsettled. It puts a strange, macabre spin on the beginning of my day. I talked about this problem with my friend Kellen Flanagan, who is a talented herbalist and powerful witch, and she made me a satchel that contained some powerful objects that I could put under my pillow and sleep on. I've also heard it called a dream pillow, but a pillow isn't a vessel, so I'm not going to call it that. Whenever you start a project, it's a good idea to think about a couple of questions before you get going. Make a plan. Your plan can be to just start it and see what happens. That's still a plan, but you should know what your plan is before going in. The type of vessel today is a bag or satchel. A little bit of a stretch as a vessel as traditionally defined, but inarguably a container. So we're going to count it. When I'm deciding how I'm going to make something, I like to think about what it's going to look like, what it's going to be made of, how to figure out how to make it, because nobody's just born with the knowledge on how to do all this shit. You have to make an active effort to learn, right? That's part of the process. How you put it together, what's your technique? You have to think about what it's going to take to do it. When people have a really good idea and then give up on it, I find it's usually in this space. Where are you going to do it? You'll need some kind of workspace. I usually choose my workshop, which is also my kitchen. So the beginning of the process has to do with cleaning my kitchen. I can't do any crafts without cleaning my kitchen. So let's get started. I have here various breads. And really, once you clean up the breads, it's not a lot left after that to clean up. Then you have the mustards. Tools that you left out. Always clean up your tools. We've got some crumbs. Cups. Then the rest is just little pieces of garbage. My video game console. I should probably just check on my island like real quick. Just like real quick. I just needed this table to be clean enough that I could put my sewing machine and my fabric on it. So I'll probably just like get the little cheesy pieces off too. And then I can start my craft. This is a sewing machine. It has all these parts. It has a lot of parts. Parts. There's a lot of parts. There's at least 15 parts. There are at least 30 parts. This project involves electricity, which can be potentially dangerous. I'm going to use whatever thread is just already loaded into my machine, because nobody else will see this and I don't have to be a perfectionist. For the fabric, I've decided to use muslin. Muslin is a cotton fabric, and I think it can allow for air to pass through. You definitely want to have some air circulation in your dreams. I wanted a porous fabric and a natural fabric, vegan fabric. Muslin fits all of those. I'm hoping that I have some in my garage because I remember using it for a past project, and typically I hoard scrap materials. I'm hoping that in this case, it was a good idea that I held on to a bunch of garbage. Oh, maybe under this button machine. This is it. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Right? It seems like that's probably muslin. It's got some bugs in it that are dead. Okay, how about this over here? This one seems maybe a little less gross. With the fabric. Every time you make something, you have to make a lot of choices. I'll tell you about how and why I make the choices that I make. But you can make any choices you want. Just make sure that you own them. I have chosen muslin because it was what the first Google search I had done had said to use. See how it's translucent? Dreams can flow in and out of the bag without getting stuck. The shape is going to be a rectangle because that is the easiest shape to sew. It is already nighttime, so I should make this as easy to finish quickly as possible. That aligns with my goals. To figure out how I was gonna make it, I did a perfunctory perusal of this tutorial that I had found. There were measurements of the bag to use, but I'm just gonna kind of feel it out. I don't want the bag to be too large because I don't want to have too many dreams. I just want little dreams as a treat. This is a scissors. It's important when you sew that your scissors don't suck super bad. You should probably measure it or check and see if the sides are straight. You can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. The idea is that there'll be a little pouch that the strings live in, and that will be what does the drawstring part, pulls that together. This fabric is a little bit gross. I can wash it after I'm done with the bag. going to pin this down. This is a pins. Ow. Ow. It's a good idea to sew it inside out. That's a sewing technique. My sewing machine has already a loaded bobbin. The bobbin is what brings the string up, where the string from underneath comes from. And then this top part has another string, and they go like this. My sewing machine has a little picture that shows you exactly how to put the bobbin in. That's it. There's more crap on here. I don't use my sewing machine that often. So now my sewing machine has a bunch of diagrams that tell you where to put it. This one says 1. Get the needle in there, into the fabric, which is a good place to start. And then start going, it's doing a zigzag stitch. That's not what I was going for, but we're gonna lean into it. Reverse, get a nice start on it. See how it came out. Now we can fold it over. So this little pouchy part is on the outside, because remember we're turning it inside out. I can trim this up a little if I want, but I don't have to because nobody's gonna see it. I'm gonna pin it in place. And I'm going to sew along the bottom and along the side. I just remembered that I should have cut a little divot in here for the string. I'll do it later. It's like really hard to tell what's happening because I use the same color string. This time I'm actually gonna change it. Press the foot pedal, sew a little bit, reverse the stitch, sew back a little bit, and then it kind of ties itself off. I'm going to lift the foot Not even taking the needle out, just rotate it. You'll reverse stitch. Now it's basically a bag. Can trim this off a little bit if I feel like it, which I do. Now if I turn it right side in, it's a bag. But there's gotta be a way for the string to get inside here. So I kind of roll this piece inside so I can make a tiny slit around yay. You can see here, there's a little slit. That's not great. It's 11 p.m. Perhaps I should be sleeping. But instead, I'm making. I chose this green ribbon because it was already at my house and I thought that the color had chill vibes. I chose this green ribbon because it was already at my house and I thought that the color had chill vibes. Green is a restorative color. Needs to be long enough to knot up and go all the way around. So take that distance, double it, and there we go. The second one should be the same distance. Threading this through is kind of hard. So I'm gonna try, I have some wire. Make it like a little hook. And tie a knot. Then you can get it through pretty easily. Going to make a knot. To attach these to each other. Now you want to do the same thing with the other one. Let's start on the other side. That is so satisfying. We have a bag. The strings draw it close. And it'll pretty much stay closed. If you want it to stay super closed, you can always, you know, like tie the whole thing off. Because I found this fabric in my garage, I'm going to wash it. I didn't want to have to do a sink full of dishes for this craft, so I'm just going to wash around them. You can spend this time thinking about the bad dreams that you're trying to cleanse away, and visualize. I'm sick of looking at this. You could probably make the case that waiting until 10 o'clock at night to start this project would be against my best interests as a person who's trying to improve dreaming. But you could also argue that working on this at night adds additional impact to the dreaming because dreams are at night. So it's probably on purpose for power. Most of my bad dreams revolve around the people that I care most about deciding that they no longer want me in their lives or have patience for my bullshit. I have one where I'm naked in an inappropriate place and I can't find anything to cover myself. I have another one where I am crying and screaming, but I can't get anybody that I care about to notice or listen or help. I have another one where I'm running and hiding, but nowhere is safe. I have one where I am shitting into my own hands and I don't know where to hide it. I have one that's just uncomfortable textures. I have dreams where I experience real pain. I have one where I'm trying to run and my legs won't work. They just keep buckling under my weight, or I'm moving very slowly. There's the classic where my teeth fall out, where they're just wiggling around in my gums. I want to dry the bag overnight before I put anything inside of it. I would like to have dreams where I'm flying, where I am living out a fantasy, where I'm just doing regular stuff that would happen in my life, where I commune with the dead, where I'm invincible or powerful. adventuring or exploring, those are my favorite dreams. Another great way to work on your dreams is to use a dream journal. The important part about a dream journal is that nobody reads it, because dreams are super fucked up. And if anybody knew what kind of dreams I had, I think that they would think decidedly less of me. So hide it away where no one can find it. You can even use dream journaling as a way to train yourself to lucid dream. The first step is to be more aware of your dreams, so you can be aware within your dreams, and dream journaling helps with that.